Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. And yes, we are revisiting yet again the top 5 most overpowered tanks into the in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, we do this video a few times a year, and we do it for a reason, because it's always changing. There's always an OP tank that comes into the game and just takes top spot, or takes the spot in the top 5. Of course, there's always going to be a couple of tanks that will stay in that top 5, and one of those tanks that always will stay in that top 5 is the Smasher. Yes, one of the most broken tanks in the game for many reasons. It's a broken KV2. This is basically better than the KV2 was ever, and it's just the ability to one-shot tanks, the ability to HE tanks. It's a tier 7 KV2, so you do come up against tier 8s, but with the heat penetration that this tank has got as well, it can just go through tier 8 tanks like butter. Fair enough, the AP on this tank is not great. The AP is not great, but if you look at the KV2, the AP, the standard AP was never great anyway. This tank is not used to shoot AP. Like, you don't care about AP. If you can't shoot HE, you shoot heat. That is basically what this tank's always been about. The heat pen, what, 270 or so millimeters of heat pen is enough to get through just about anything. And of course, the HE it can talk for itself. So we're going to see just a little bit. What I like doing is just splashing a tank in the face for a nice victory. An easy 3k damage. Easy 3k damage. Another tank that will always probably be in that top 5, of course, it is the Kenny Otsu. Number of videos out there with the Kenny Otsu, and those players that haven't got the Kenny Otsu is unfortunate. Yes, it's only a tier 3 tank. It is only a tier 3 tank, but it is a broken tank. Now, this tank is not actually as good as it once was. When you're up against tier 4, you can't really penetrate these tanks. The penetration absolutely sucks. You actually struggle to penetrate tier 3s, so you have to make sure you shoot load a lot of pramo, a lot of premium rounds. And of course, I think the Kenny Otsu is one of the only tanks left with HE. Of course, in tier 3 you can only shoot normal rounds or premium rounds, and you can't shoot HE anymore, but the Kenny Otsu still has the HE. Not that you can use it against many tanks by all means, but the Kenny Otsu, not only is it a broken tank, Wargaming broke it when they introduced this to the game many years ago. They were supposed to give it a 9-second reload between the magazine, but yeah, they gave it like a 2-second reload. So instead of actually fixing the tank, they just removed the tank from store, and they just let the people that had the tank keep the tank, but never ever sell the tank again. I was actually, like a year ago, I thought maybe that Wargaming were going to get desperate and sell this tank, maybe in crates, because people are still going to buy the tank. If it's in crates, yes, it's tier 3, people will still buy the tank. They will still buy the tank. But currently they have proved me wrong, and they have stuck by their guns and have still never resold the Kenny Otsu. So it's still up there. It is still up there in the top 5 broken tanks into the game. Now, we do have a couple of new entries here. I put the Kryos here because the Kryos is just... what a beautiful tank this is. Considering this was a battle pass tank that you could get for just $5. What an absolute beast of a tank this is. And I've said it when I first done a review on the tank. It is broken. It is absolutely broken. It's got armor. It's got DPM. I mean, 3000 DPM. It's a better Panzer IV. The Panzer IV was already a decent tank, very good tank. The problem with the Panzer IV is it can be nerfed. This is a collectible, so yes, technically it can be nerfed, but Wargaming doesn't like nerfing premiums or a collectible, so the likelihood of this being nerfed is very low. So for $5, I mean, this tank is so nice, and honestly, it deserves it deserves to be a new entry into our top 5 most overpowered tanks, the top 5 OP tanks into the game. I mean, 3000 DPM for a tier 6, that's a premium tank, or a collectible as we say, and yeah, for $5. Basically, you're getting the tank for free. You're just paying for everything that comes with the battle pass. And it was insane. The only other decent tank, or really, really good tank that Wargaming have introduced in the battle pass is the Agent, which is a much, much better VK2801. So usually, Wargaming lately have done sort of the battle pass tanks that are not as good as the tech tree, but this one, it just literally so much better than the Jag Panzer IV. It is a must-have tank. It really is a must-have tank, and if you missed out on this tank when it comes available, I mean, these battle pass tanks rarely come available again, but if Wargaming ever sell this tank again, honestly, you need to buy this tank, because not only is it just a fun tier 6 great tank, you can actually stat pad in this tank because of how much damage you can pick up. I mean, look at here, we got 2.7k damage. 2.7k damage, nice and easy, and for a tier 6 tank, that's fantastic. We set the KV2 on fire there, we're on 4 kills, we're winning on supremacy, so being a one shot, I'm not going to go and chase the KV2, I'm just going to run off, and running off pays the price because we win the game. So absolutely amazing, and that still wasn't enough for an ace. Like, that's how good this tank is. 3k, 4 kills, we get the bases as well, and that still wasn't enough for an ace. New to the entry list as well, I've got to put this tank, it is the T100 Light. Yes, a light tank with medium tank DPM, but light tank speed. It's, again, with the new spotting mechanic as well, I don't think too much of the spotting mechanic, and I'm only saying that because playing the tank or coming up against the tank, I still haven't really seen any effect from it. Of course, it does help that you can shoot a tank and that tank will be spotted for 20 seconds rather than the usual 10. But of course, it will help. Obviously, it will help. But I haven't seen the effect of that. I haven't been affected by that, and I haven't benefited from that. But that's just me. Of course, when I do benefit, I'd have an opinion. But right now, I haven't been benefited, so I can't really say how good that 20-second spotting is. But the tank itself, even without that, I mean, 3,500 DPM for a light tank. I mean, the tank is very low to the ground as well. Very low to the ground, and you can hide behind tanks. You can really be a bully in this tank. You can play it like a light tank. You can get to the position that you need to be, but you can also play it as a brawler tank. Yes, you can't bounce too much. You can bounce the odd shot, but because of the DPM of this thing, you can brawl in this tank as well, and you will get the occasional bounce, just like we did there from this bat chat. Now, we are going to fail HE shot. We know he's only got 1 shell left, so now, again, with our DPM, we can really just bully this bat chat, and he is deleted. He's gone. So we've just managed to farm up 3.5k damage, nice and easy. We do get a shot from the Yo behind, so I'm just going to ignore the Yo and go and help my team. Now, unfortunately, this game it does end up a loss, but I mean, this tank will also feature, or has featured, depending on when it's released, on other videos as well that I'm doing. Another top 5 video, basically tanks that win, and this again is up there, but we're going to talk about that in a separate video. So just 3 tanks left alive. There is 4 of us, but there are quite a lot of hit points to get through. We know that the Yo is full hit points. We know that the Progetto over there is full hit points, and the VK72 has many hit points. So I'm going to ignore the VK now. There's no point going for him. I want to help my team. So we are up to 4,000 damage, and to be honest, we've managed to get that damage very easily, and it's just now the Progetto over here, me and the FE4202. The other guy is about to die, which will just leave these us 2 tanks. So we could still do this, to be honest. We're winning on supremacy points. We could easily win this game, but yeah, unfortunately the FE backs up. It goes the other way, which means I am going to lose quite a lot of hit points. Well, I'm only on 400 anyway, so we're just going to get a final 2 shots into this Progetto. We do manage to kill him before we die, and you can see 5.5k damage. very easy to get that damage, and definitely an overpowered tank. And then another new entry to the list, yes, the Camp Panzer 50T. The 50T, I mean, no one's going to really get this tank. It is a 0.04% chance of getting this tank in the crates, or it was a 0.04% chance. It's the heavyweight champion of DPM. It is the new heavyweight champion of DPM. It's the highest DPM medium in tier 10. It's a Leopard 1 with a turret. Basically, it's a Leopard 1 with a very strong turret. And you could see here, I mean, we're in a medium tank with the highest amount of DPM against all other mediums, and we've managed to block 1100 damage. Very, very easy to block that damage because you have a super strong turret. On top of that, you've only got a 5.2 second reload. The tank is insane. The tank is really insane, and it is unfortunate that it is in the crates, that it is 0.04% chance of getting it. So yeah, the likelihood of getting this tank is very, very, very low. But those of you that do get this tank is getting one of the most broken tier 10 tanks in the game currently. Yes, I will say it is broken, and I honestly believe it's broken. But don't forget, guys, this is my personal opinion. To add these new tanks into this list, I mean, I've always got to add the Smasher, I've always got to add the Kenny Otsu, and I really wanted to add the Kryos, and I really wanted to add the T100 and this tank. So of course, adding these tanks, I have actually had to leave out the Annihilator, because I think these tanks deserve to be in this over the Annihilator. So the Annihilator has actually lost its position in the top 5 overpowered tanks in the game. Let me know your top 5 overpowered tanks in the game in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsyreplays, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.